Watch your thoughts because they become your words. Watch your words because they become your actions. Watch your actions because they become your behavior. Watch your behavior because it becomes your character.
Greetings, gentle ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Bitcoin Mansa with the AI Global Legends. Today is Get Hyped, 10x your mindset on Motivational Thursday, guys. We have this every single week with Mr. Michael Diamond, international motivational speaker. Guys, we are always helping the community. That's our goal here. And that's why we meet as a team to be able to help inspire people, light that fire. You know, they always say, if you stay close to the campfire, guess what? You're going to catch fire, right? I'm a firm believer in that. And guys, we've been having some amazing runs in this blockchain space. And it's nothing wrong with a little bit of inspiration, with a little bit of motivation. Something that you might hear from Mr. Michael Diamond that you heard last week, that you heard it again this time. But guess what? He just light a campfire under you. And you was like, you know what? Let's get this thing going. I'm going all in, you know? And so that's what's happening in our realm here with this blockchain unification, guys. And I want to take a moment right now and welcome everyone who showed up to grow up today. Let's go ahead and put your names in the chat, guys, right now. Let's give you guys a shout out, what place, what area of the world you're calling in from or tuning in from. Go ahead and put that in there. Let's give you guys a quick little shout out. I know we got California in the house. Who else we have in here? Go ahead and let us know what part of the world you guys are tuning in from. We got Michelle Groth, the superstar herself, coming in from Fort Worth, Texas. Welcome, welcome. Oh, we got a back-to-back Michelles. We got another Michelle tuning in from California, Sacramento. Welcome, welcome. Who else we got in here? Welcome, welcome, everyone. Go ahead and let us know what part of the world you guys are tuning in from. Steve Nike here in the Bay Area, baby. I know that's right. Welcome, Steve Nike. Appreciate you joining us. And guys, go ahead and let everybody know that's on our team right now. Let them know we're live right now. We're going to be, starting here in the next 60 seconds. So go ahead and send that text message out to your teams so they can get in here and get this juice, get this fire that Michael Diamond is getting ready to drop on us today. All right, who else we got here? We got Veronica tuning in from the ATL, Atlanta. Welcome, welcome. We got Nina tuning in from Ohio. Welcome, Nina. Appreciate you joining us. We have Mr. Malik Amir, star himself, Oakland, California. Welcome, welcome. We got Mr. Toby Rodriguez tuning in from Seattle. Guys, we got folks tuning in from all parts of the world, all over the United States. So this thing is really catching fire, guys. I mean, everybody on this channel right here, they're earning crypto every single day, 7 days a week. All right. So it's so exciting to be a part of a community that's rapidly growing, that's rapidly changing people's lives one day at a time, guys. And so just to put a little caveat on this, guys, for those of you that's here joining us for the first time, again, my name is Bitcoin Mansa with the AI Global Legends, and I've been in this crypto space since 2015. You know, I've been an international speaker myself, you know, helping people get into this blockchain technology. And I met my guy right here, Mr. Michael Diamond, 22 years ago, guys. Imagine that, right? 22 years ago in the insurance space. Okay, we're both are fire and casualty licensed, and we were working with a multi-million-dollar company at the time. Diamond came into the building. You know, I was already there being the number one sales agent. And then here comes Mr. Diamond. He tuned in. And he asked me a question. This is a magic question, guys. Who's the number one insurance agent in the building? And I was like, me, I'm number one. He goes, oh, get ready to be number two. And that's how our journey started, guys. He came in just crushing it, you know, bringing in deals after deals. And my head was spinning. He was running circles around everyone in the office. So I was like, you know what? Let me hold on to this gentleman's coattail because maybe I can learn a few things, you know? Coming out of Compton, California, you know, I wasn't used to nothing like this. He had a whole different swag. So he had me turn up my swag. And before you know it, I'm learning and earning, went to a 6-figure income, just like in that first year, guys. It's just been an amazing ride with this gentleman ever since. Okay, I even witnessed this guy train Elon Musk, one of Elon Musk companies in the solar business. He was taking their numbers to, some crazy heights, guys. So he's an international motivational speaker, master sales trainer, and expert at personal development, guys. So you guys can pick up some diamond drops from my friend, my big brother, Mr. Michael Diamond. Mr. Michael, how are you doing today?
I'm doing blessed and highly favored, Master Jamil. Thank you so much, man. And as usual, my brother, I love you, man. 22 years. I just have to say thank you. I'm really humbled. I don't know if I'll be able to get out the room with those accolades. My head now, I'm going to have to stick pin it. But other than that, I just want to say about Master Jamil, man, 22 years I've been knowing you, a man of excellence, a man of God, a man of integrity. 22 years. Never lied to me in 22 years. Never tried to manipulate this relationship. He's always been there, always been by my side. This man is a family man, married to the same woman that I met when I met him with kids in the back seat, in the car seats. Those young men now are 21, 20, 22. Good looking man. He's a great dad, great husband, man of integrity. So we couldn't have asked for a better man to be at the helm in terms of blockchain technology, to be running with a man of your caliber. And I might have started out in front, Jay, but they say, the student takes over the master. So you are crushing it. I'm proud of you, a man of integrity. And, you're the kind of man I would follow in the battle. I'm a military man, so I've taken up arms and I'm standing by your side, my brother. So much love. I got nothing but love and respect for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Diamond. Appreciate all that, my man.
You're welcome, sir. It's easy to tell the truth.
Let's get this thing started with these. Absolutely. Easy to tell the truth. It just flows because it's real, And, for you guys here that's tuning in for the first time, Diamond has a lot of knowledge and he has a heart of gold, okay? So we want to start this off with, Diamond kind of sharing a little bit about his background. And, Diamond, why don't you let the team know here a little bit about your background?
Well, Matt, I really appreciate the question. I've been in corporate America for 45 years, Jay. Went to medical school in the military, about 700 years ago, assisted in countless surgical procedures, exploratory laparotomies, hysterectomies, cholecystectomies. I'm from the Bay, from San Francisco, and, I came up the hard way. That old school song, hard work, and so, I've been in corporate America for 45 years. I've been the #1 top producer in 3 multi-billion-dollar corporations, 3 multi-million-dollar corporations. And one of the things that I aspire to the most is that I love people. I love people, and the diamond drops that I have today, Master Jamil, are going to transform our team and transform their minds and walk them through a new portal. Man, so I'm going to go ahead and jump into this because I entitled this one today. This one was given to me, winning. Winning when it really hurts. It's easy to win when everything's right. But who are you when it really hurts? Winning when it really hurts. That's when you really got to dig down deep and really got to dig down into your spirit like you're doing now. You got to really dig down and deep like we saw across the world when Corona hit. People were dying like flies and still are. People are hurting, have lost funds, and that's what makes hyperfunds so powerful, that people are earning money every single day in a climate where the economy is uncertain. People have just got knocked off the uninsurance employment, the unemployment insurance. So a lot is happening, so we're at the right place at the right time. But when I talk about winning when it really hurts, the first thing I want you to remember is that you're invincible, unstoppable, too powerful to be defeated, too powerful to be overcome. You are incapable of being conquered, defeated, or subdued. You are more than a conqueror. You are a champion. If you don't take nothing else, take that diamond, and I want you to get it in your spirit and let that regurgitate to you, because I want you to know that you are invincible, unstoppable, too powerful to be defeated, too powerful to be overcome. So all of this reminds me, when I think of winning, when it really hurts, is when Jordan's father was murdered. When Jordan's father was murdered, you know, he had to step down out of the NBA. He was in so much pain. He was recorded as saying that he was in so much pain and that his father was missing, like maybe urine, a lot of pain. Many people are experiencing situations like when my mom passed. It was tremendous stress and pain. Well, Michael Jordan, one of the things that he said is that the price of your personality and your character is tested with an acid test when you're really hurting. And when he stepped out of the NBA, he said it was the pain that had him come back, and that he harnessed that pain. So that's what I want to ask you. I want you to harness your pain. I want you to harness your pain like Michael Jordan did. I want you to remember that when things don't go your way, that doesn't mean that it doesn't work. No, when things don't go your way, that's you being sculptured into the person that you were. Michael Jordan said that when his dad died and was murdered, he was interviewed by Oprah, and they said, well, your dad was murdered. Don't you want to get revenge? Don't you want to get this guy back? Don't you want to meet this guy? Jordan said, no. He said, you know, I forgive the guy, and actually, I don't view my dad as being murdered. I view him as moving on to a new stage of life. All of that reminds me of perspective. You know, when it really hurts, what's important is your perspective. All of this makes me think of Nelson Mandela, 27 years in prison. After 20 years in prison. Now, Nelson Mandela went to prison for just trying to help people straighten their lives out in the apartheid. But Nelson Mandela did 27 years in prison, came out of prison after 27 years and became the president of South Africa after the apartheid. You know, winning when it really hurts takes character. And I want to tell you, in blockchain technology, in hyperfund, no matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, remember that you're going to make it. And remember that you are your affirmations. You continue to tell yourself, no matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. And when it really hurts, that's when you have to use that fuel to manifest greatness. You know, Nelson Mandela, when interviewed after 20 years in prison, they asked him, they said, you got to be bitter. You got to be angry. Tell us, Nelson, Matiba, tell us how you feel. I mean, you've been in prison 20 years. And for a wrongful imprisonment, I mean, like, what's going on? How are you feeling? Do you want to get revenge? And Nelson Mandela said something that pierced my heart, because he said, no, actually, I'm really glad that I came to prison because I had an opportunity to find myself. And I said, what did he say? What did he say? I said, wait a minute, what did he say? What did that brother say? He said 20 years in prison and he was grateful. You see, all of that is perception. All of that is because perception is greater than reality. If we can shift our perception and we can take the pain, the experiences that we're having, the disappointments, you know, all that reminds me of the successful usually don't ever have this issue to have to confront, because most successful people are born out of adversity. Adversity births more great people than success. When you look at the successful people in life, usually they've come from adversity families, they've come from dysfunctional families, and through that pain is birthed greatness, like you. Nelson Mandela was a fighter, like you. Michael Jordan went back to the NBA and did another three-peat after the death of his dad. That makes me ask you, what are you doing with the pain in your life? Remember what Picasso said. He said, use your pain as an instrument. And he went on to say, everything you can imagine is real. Use your pain as an instrument. Remember that everyone in your life is actually a source of fuel. Think of every situation in your life as a source of fuel. All of that reminds me of Mary Kay. We talked about her before, but Mary Kay, after her husband had been together for 20 years, they had been married for 20 years. They were 2 weeks away from launching the business, 2 weeks away from launching the Mary Kay enterprise. And at the kitchen table, her husband had a heart attack, a massive heart attack, rolled over at the table and died. You know, Mary Kay could have given up, like many have. But Mary Kay made this statement. She said, I've got the courage to get this done. The family attorney told her, listen, you need to scrap these plans. You need to not move forward with this because her husband was the brains. Her husband was the one that had all this, the structural intervention, all of the power in the relationship. Mary Kay said, no, I will not. I have the courage to move forward. Mary Kay said, nothing is going to stop me. I want you to have that Mary Kay spirit. I want you to remember that nothing is going to stop you. Like Mary Kay, like Michael Jordan, like Nelson Mandela, you too are a winner. And winning when it really hurts is where you really get your power. All of this reminds me of J.K. Rowling. Many people don't know who J.K. Rowling is. J.K. Rowling is a billionaire. J.K. Rowling is the author of Harry Potter, the Harry Potter series. J.K. Rowling was living on AFDC. She was a battered wife, like many women have been and husbands have been. She was a battered wife. Her husband was abusive. And in the midst of all of that, her mom died on her. Her mom was dying of cancer. And all of that reminds me of when my mom was dying of cancer and I got my first NBC contract. I got my ABC and NBC contract when my mom was dying of cancer, and I never forget, she was there in the bed one night, and I had come to see her, like many of you have visited those that have been sick. And my mom loved me to read scriptures to her, so I was reading scriptures to her, and she was making adjustments. I would bring her roses and flowers and leave her money, and she would say, Michael, baby, I love it when you read me scriptures. I would read her scriptures, and I would try to make sure she was comfortable and she was okay. She sat up one night, and her gown fell off and she was skin and bones. I watched my mom come from 140 pounds down to 55 pounds and die in my face. And at the same time, I was in Silicon Valley. I was earning $10,000 a week. I was in Silicon Valley. I was restructuring a major billion-dollar corporation. And one of the things about success when it really hurts is you got to keep moving forward. Remember, when you're in pain, keep moving forward. When you're really hurting, and it really hurts, and you've been disappointed, and you've been betrayed, and somebody's died on you, and the people that you believe in don't chime in, and you feel like you're left all alone in this situation. Just remember the children of Israel. God had to destroy a whole generation because they went in circles. They refused to keep moving forward. Remember, in the worst of your times, when appointments keep canceling, when people say that I'll be there and they don't show up, when people say they're going to chime in, they're going to join the business, and they don't, when people don't answer their phone call, when that deal doesn't go through, and you're in a corporate structure and you've got a management team or a sales force, and you're pushing your team, you remember that you use, as a winner, you use every experience, every energy around you. Like Mary Kay, she said, my husband died at the kitchen table. It would be ridiculous for me not to move forward. You understand this? Understand this, that you are incapable of being conquered. Mary Kay said, I'm a champion. What are you saying about yourself? Mary Kay said that my reality are the things that I say. What are you saying about yourself? I picked that up from Mary Kay. That was powerful. Her husband died at the kitchen table, and Mary Kay said, my reality is the things I say about myself. My reality are the things I say about myself. And she remembered this structure, that no matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, that she's going to make it. I want you to realize that your words are your reality. So keep speaking your reality. J.K. Rowling, her husband was beating her. Her mother died, and she was on AFDC. You might be in the worst situation. They had written J.K. Rowling off, but they call it cracking the millionaire code. I'm here to tell you that today is the day that you walk through a new portal. Like J.K. Rowling, like Michael Jordan, like Mary Kay, it's your turn to walk through your portal. It's your turn to remember. Like Jordan said, you miss every shot you don't take. Every shot you don't take, you miss it because you didn't take the shot. Jordan said he took as many shots as he could when it was appropriate and inappropriate in some situations. And what I love about Jordan is he said he missed over 9,000 shots. Don't worry about the people that say no. That's what I love about the Jordan story. Don't focus on the people that say no. Being in sales for over 45 years, one of the things that I have made as a structured foundation is that the people that tell me no are the people that are supposed to tell me no. The people that say no, no doesn't really mean no. No means I don't understand. No means I need more information. No means not right now. No means give me a little time. And don't be afraid or intimidated or feel like a failure when people say no. Just keep moving forward. Just remember, winning when it really hurts. You got to remember that no matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, you're going to make it. And you've got to say to yourself, I can, I will. And that settles it. I can, I will. And that settles it. Jordan said that the pain he felt from his dad being murdered and his dad moving on was the energy that made him great. What pain, what disappointment is in your life that may be a source of depression that should be a source of excellence? I want you to examine your life. Take a good look at it. Look at the things around you. Look at the people around you and ask yourself, what source of pain is in your life that should be a source of motivation and power? You know, when I had the NBC and the ABC contract, one of the things I kept telling myself, like I still do, and that is that no matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. I used to share with myself, as I do every day, that if you can see the invisible, you can do the impossible. I want you to see the invisible, etch it out in your mind. Mary Kay said these were the things that drove her. She said that she thought about her husband dying at the kitchen table, passing on at the kitchen table every single day. And she used that energy. She used that energy to make that covenant commitment to her husband that she was moving forward. My question to you is, like J.K. Rowling, like Mary Kay, like Nelson Mandela, like Michael Jordan, what are your aspirations? What are your dreams? What are you saying to yourself? I want you to say to yourself every day that I'm taking the right actions at the right time to be effective and super successful in every area of my life. Like Mary Kay said, it's important to me that I speak the right words at the right time. That all makes me think of the one I shared with you. I'm speaking the right words at the right time to be effective and super successful in every area of your life. One of the things that has driven me in the past and today are the circumstances and the people in my life. Remember that you're only going to be as successful as the energy that you're giving other people. Remember, people gravitate to positivity. People love enthusiastic people, so be positive and enthusiastic in every area of your life. And remember what Michelangelo said, you've got to write down the things that you want to accomplish to achieve them. You've got to have crystallized goals. What are your goals? Where are they written down? You know, they say statistically that 97% of people, 3% of the people run the world, and 97% of the people work for the 3%, because the 3% have goals and the 97% don't have goals written down. What are your concrete goals? Michael Jordan said what caused him to be so successful was his goals, was his aspirations. The fact that he would envision himself being successful. What are you envisioning for yourself? What do you have written down? I shared with you once before, Mary Kay said one of the cornerstones of her success was that she wrote down the 6 most important things that she needed to get done each day. She said she did that because she was in so much pain. She said she did that because she was lost. She said she did that because she had so many responsibilities and so much commitment, so many things that were depending on her. If she didn't write them down, she was afraid that she would forget unintentionally. What are you writing down every day? Because when you have it in your mind, it's real. When you write it on paper, it's concrete. It's committed. It's solid now. You've written it down. What are you writing down? Jordan said that he would write down what he wanted to accomplish out of every game. What are you writing down? What are you writing down? You know, all of this makes me think of a story of Buster Douglas. Buster Douglas was a buster. Nobody knew Buster Douglas and his mama Lulu Buster. Buster Douglas, Lulu Douglas. Lulu Douglas is Buster Douglas's mama. Now, Buster Douglas had a fight with Mike Tyson. And I'm telling you, everybody was anticipated on seeing Mike Tyson beat him down. Mike Tyson was anticipated to just beat Buster Douglas. But Buster Douglas's mother died 3 weeks before the fight. And he said that was all he needed right there. He said his mother dying was the force and the energy that he needed to beat Mike Tyson. He said that energy right there, that pain, that fear, that hurt, and I can relate. I can relate because it made me think of my mother, and when my mom was dying, that's when I had my best years. That's when I became the #1 top producer everywhere I went. I was committed, and I had etched it in my mind that I will not lose, that I am #1 in everything I put my hands to. You see, I don't believe it's arrogancy to expect the best of yourself. I don't believe it's narcissistic to believe you're the best. I don't believe that you're being too conceited to believe that you are capable of greatness. You've got greatness in you. You've got excellence in you. Demand it of yourself. Buster Douglas went in there against Mike Tyson, and his mama Lulu called that boy. She said she called him and said, "I'm scared, baby. I'm scared. You're going to be fighting my Iron Mike, baby. I'm scared." He told his mama, he said, "Mama, I'm going to beat that boy, mama. I'm going to beat you know what I'm trying, yeah, I'm going to beat that boy, mama." And he did it for his mama. What are you doing? Why are you doing what you're doing? You know, a mentor of mine, Les Brown, taught me this. He said, "You know, Michael, greatness happens when you solidify your reasons." What are your reasons? They are your rod and your staff. What are you doing it? I'm doing what I do for my grandbabies. I'm thinking generational now. My grandson called me the other night. He's 16, handsome young man. I had 2 grandkids graduate out of high school. I'm thinking generational. Look at your children and think of them 10, 15 years down the road. Find your reasons. It's not about just having a bundle of money. You've got to have reasons. You got to have reasons. Those are your rod and your staff when the storm comes, when you get socked in the stomach and you get knocked down. Because you're going to get knocked down. You're going to get socked in the stomach. So you've got to remember that it's important that you win when it really hurts. When it really hurts and you know it's hurting and you're fighting with depression, like maybe you might be fighting. When you're really hurting, like maybe you're hurting. Like I was hurting when my mom was dying of cancer and I just didn't know. I felt so inadequate because I couldn't heal her. I couldn't fix it. You know, as a guy, I'm a fixer. I couldn't fix it. So I had to use that energy. I had to use that energy to win. And that's what allowed me to solidify my relationship with NBC and ABC. Because I realized that energy, remember, it takes negative and positive to start a car. You got to have a negative post and a positive post. They don't just have a battery with one stump out of it. They got a battery with a negative and a positive. It takes both forces and sources of energy to jump your vehicle. Your vehicle is your heart, your mind, and you set that course by writing down what it is you want and carving it out. Like Michael Jordan, he said that he would envision himself making the winning shot out of every game. He said he lost so many games that he was entrusted 225 times entrusted to win the winning shot and lost it. Many times, 9,000 shots he missed. But he said that's what made him great. That's what made him successful. What are you harnessing right now? What's going on with you? What are you reading? What are you listening to? I start each morning, as I shared with you before, I start my day. I program my mind. You don't wait on the forecast. You don't have to check what the weather in Sacramento or New York or Australia or Singapore or Hong Kong. You are your weathercaster. You set the course of your day. I say each morning that today is going to be a great day. Today, I'm doing great things and transforming lives. Today is the day that I walk through a new portal. Today is the day that I help someone. I set out a goal that each day I'm helping 10 people smile, 10 people transform their lives. I want my energy to touch lives, and I want you to do the same thing. I want you to set a goal for yourself every week that you're going to help 5 families transform their lives. And you're going to say to yourself that when it really hurts down inside, that's when I'm going to be my best. When you're struggling with depression and anxiety, I want you to say, as I shared with you before, I feel good about myself. I want you to jump on Joel 3:10. Joel 3:10 says, let the weak say I'm strong. You know, God knew this principle, so he wanted us to exercise Romans 4:17. Even God, who quickeneth the dead and calleth those things that be not as though they were. You got to call yourself successful when you don't see the success, because you got to remember, Proverbs 18:21 says that death and life is in the power of the tongue. You speak life, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. You keep speaking life, you keep speaking success, you keep speaking abundance, and just always remember that you truly are symbols of possibility. You are universal abundance. Think universal abundance and know that unapologetically, unequivocally, that you are a champion. You've got to remember, like Mary Kay. Mary Kay said, I will do this. No matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. Buster Douglas said his mama Lulu was dying, that he was going to use that energy to beat Mike Tyson. Where is your energy source? I want you to find it. I want you to find your energy source, and I want you to be confident, competent, strong enough, bold enough, bad enough to say, I'm a winner. I'm number one at what I do. I'm the best. Remember, out of almost 8 billion people in the world, no one has your fingerprint. You're a masterpiece, baby. Out of almost 8 billion people in the world, nobody's got your retina. Nobody's got your attitude. Now, you might have an attitude like some folks see, but nobody has your cosmetic makeup. You are a masterpiece. Remember that no matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, you're going to make it. Remember what Picasso said. Everything you can imagine is real. Remember what Michael Jordan said, that he could see himself winning. When his father died, when his father was murdered, he said he took that energy and he used it to become great. I want you to ask yourself, what energy source are you plugged in regarding your circumstances that you're using to make great? Use every situation. And remember Romans 8:28, all things work together for good for those that love the Lord, that and are called according to his purpose. That scripture alone etched out a whole new perspective for me. After I learned that scripture, I started saying, look, I never lose. I never lose. You got to remember that you don't lose. Everything is sculpturing you to become who it is that you want to become. That's why it's so important that we understand that we're at the right place at the right time. You're not in hyperfun by accident. You didn't just stumble and your shoe fell off and you fell into hyperfun and, oh my God, you rolled over, your wig fell off, and next thing you know, you signed up for hyperfun. It didn't work out like that. You're at the right place at the right time with the right people to be successful. Mansa Jamil isn't sitting in that chair by accident. He's not new to this. He's true to this. He earned that position like you earned yours. And don't ever gauge yourself by somebody else. Don't think that what Mansa, myself, whatever person you think in your mind is so further ahead of you. You know, some people don't even get started because they think, oh, they too far ahead of me. I ain't even gonna try because I don't want to be way back here. No. That's not life. Go ahead and jump in the race, baby, because you know I'm telling you, the turtle beats the rabbit every time. Sometimes the rabbit jump out there and you find the rabbit laying under a rock exhausted and you come flying by him. So you just keep moving forward. Remember that you are invincible, unstoppable, too powerful to be defeated, too powerful to be overcome. You are incapable of being conquered, defeated, or subdued. You are more than a conqueror. You are a champion, and like Nelson Mandela Matiba, get out of your prison in your mind. Think big, believe big, and act big, and the results will be big. Remember, as a champion and a winner that never loses, like myself, I always say, watch your thoughts because they become your words. Watch your words because they become your actions. Watch your actions because they become your behavior. Watch your behavior because it becomes your character. Let's go over that again. Watch your thoughts because they become your words. You ever been thinking about somebody like, you get on my last nerve? I can't stand you. I just want to slap you upside your head. You getting on my nerves. I can't stand you. You thinking it. You thinking it. Next thing you know, you get into an argument and you tell them, you get on my dang nerves. I can't stand you. Watch your thoughts. They become your words. The other side of that coin is your thoughts of greatness. I'm the best at what I do. I'm always speaking the right words at the right time to be successful, super successful in every area of my life. You begin to take those actions. Watch your thoughts. They become your words. Watch your words. They become your actions. I know plenty of times I would tell my kids, keep it up, I'm going to beat you. Keep it up, I'm going to beat you. Keep it up, I'm going to beat you. Just keep it up, I'm going to beat you. Next thing you know, I'm telling my kids what my mama told me. My dad used to tell me, son, this gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you. I'm like, no, it ain't gonna hurt you more than you beating the heck out of me. So remember, watch your words, watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions because they become your behavior. Your actions inevitably start carving out who you are. Do you miss appointments a lot? Do you not follow through? Do you not write down what it is you're supposed to get done the next day? When I was fighting against my competition in corporate America, I studied everyone. I wrote everything down. Every night before I went to bed, I wrote down what my goal was. Tomorrow, I'm helping 4 families. What if it doesn't happen, Diamond? What if it does? What if it doesn't happen the way you say it's going to happen? Usually it doesn't. I always say, shoot for the galaxies and dance among the stars. Remember that you've got to write it down. You've got to etch it out. You've got to have your reasons why you're doing it. Why do you want to be VP5? Why do you want to be VP1, VP2, VP3, VP4? What, just for the money? No, you've got to find out a reason. You've got to have reasons why you want to take care of your mama, your daddy. You want your children to have a better education. Mine is, if you visit our website, is to reach 1 billion young lives through love, hope, and encouragement. You've got to have something bigger than you, like Jordan. He said, I play each game for that little kid way up in the cheap seats that came to see Michael Jordan. And I got to make sure I do something spectacular because I want that little youngster to see Michael Jordan do something great. When you etch out your reasons and you remember that if you can see the invisible, you can do the impossible, and that you remember that you are symbols of possibility, and you teach your mind. I had to teach my mouth because when my mama was dying, like Buster Douglas, I was fighting depression like maybe you might be fighting depression. I was fighting anxiety and worry. My mind was going crazy on me. And I was drinking a little bit too much. I was smoking a little bit too much. I don't know about that. I was drinking a little bit too much. I was smoking a little bit too much. I think I was pouring some out for the brothers that's passed. And I was pouring some that was for here. But I was drinking and smoking too much because I was hurting. Sometimes we anesthetize because we're in so much pain. What I want you to do is I want you to smother yourself in love. anesthetize yourself in self-confidence. Like Mary Kay, her husband died at the kitchen table and she jumped up and said, I am not stopping. I've got the courage to get this done. The family attorney told her no. Sometimes the people you think are going to chime in don't chime in. Sometimes the people you want, like your mate or your spouse or your best friend, to understand, they don't see hyperfun. They don't see it. You call your best friend, I got the best thing next to sliced bread, and they say, I don't want no sliced bread. I don't want no sliced bread, and I don't want you. And you're like, oh man, you all deflated. You got to smoke one, drink something, like, I don't know, it must not work. My best friend don't like it. No, it don't work like that. You got to do like Michael Jordan. His daddy was buried. His daddy was murdered. And he went back and won a three-peat, won his last 3 championships to make him the greatest player in the world. Like Mary Kay, she jumped up and said, baby, I'm going to do this. I'm getting this done against all odds. Like Matiba, 27 years in prison, got out to become the first president of South Africa after apartheid. You got to remember that greatness belongs to you. It's time for you to, Malik, this for you. Shatter through the glass ceiling, reach in your lion's mouth and take what belongs to you. It's shatter through your glass ceiling, reach in the lion's mouth and take what belongs to you. You got to speak to your world, create your world unequivocally, unapologetically. Bitcoin Mensa, Bitcoin your name, and unapologetically be the best that you can. Unapologetically, unequivocally, challenge yourself every day to write down what it is you need to accomplish. Like J.K. Rowling, who created Harry Potter and became the first female billionaire as an author. You too will shatter through your glass ceiling. J.K. Rowling was being abused. She was on AFDC, food stamps. I mean, this girl was on food stamps and became a billionaire. No matter how, she said, no matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm gonna make it. I want you to say that with me. No matter how bad it is, unmute. I want you to unmute.
Unmute, everyone. Let's show them what the
No matter how bad
No matter how bad it is.
No matter how bad it gets.
Or how bad it gets.
I'm gonna make it.
I'm
Gonna make it.
All right, that was powerful. We can turn the volume up a little. I want a little more juice, a little bit more sound, all up in there. All right, no matter how bad it is.
No matter how bad it is.
No matter how bad it gets.
No matter how bad it
gets.
Gonna make it.
I'm gonna make it.
I want you to say this with me. Only those who risk.
Only those who risk.
Only those who
Going too far.
Going too far.
Can possibly find out.
Can possibly find out
How far one can go.
how far one can go.
I don't want you to repeat this. Go ahead and mute yourself. But this was given to me over 30 years ago. Only those who risk going too far. Push yourself. Like Jordan, he said he would push himself and push himself and push himself. Are you pushing yourself or are you mediocre? Are you demanding excellence of yourself or are you rolling over on yourself? Are you getting up each morning like I do and say, I wake each morning full of energy and vitality, anxious to enjoy enough, anxious to enjoy another day. I'm expecting miracles and blessings this day. I always tell people, I want you to have a great day. I want you to have a wonderful, blessed day on purpose. I want you to have the best day of your life, be the best person you can be on purpose. And I love what Michelangelo said. I said this last week. He said, I saw the angel in the marble and carved until I set him free. I want you to know that winning and losing is an addiction. You need to become addicted to winning. I'm addicted to winning. and winning when it really hurts. That's when greatness is etched out. That's when you really go over the top. Only those who risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. And I want you to know that no matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, you're going to make it. Like Mary Kay, you're going to face your odds. You're going to keep moving forward. You're going to be the best person you can be. You're going to love on your spouse, love on your children, love on your family, love on your church, even when they get on your dang nerves. You're going to be the best that you can be. My dad used to tell me, I'm going to share this with you in closing. He said, son, you're an MVP now. Being an MVP is not just on the field. You've got to be an MVP, son, at everything you do. That's what caused me to graduate out of high school when I was 16, to be fighting to become an All-American, to go to City College and then go to medical school. At 16, when I graduated out of high school, I did it. I was chasing the dream of my dad. He graduated out of high school when he was 16, and I said I can do it. And I want you to look at anyone that's VP5, anyone that's ahead of you, and I want you to say what I said, I can do it. No matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. And I want you to do like Michael Jordan. No matter what happens to you, how horrific it is, your daddy might get murdered, like Mary Kay, your husband might die at the kitchen table, like Nelson Mandela, you might get locked up. I want you to see the right perspective. I want you to remember that all things work together for good. Romans 8:28. All things work together for good for those that love the Lord. And this one's for you, John. I want you to control your mind. It's time for you to walk through a new portal. It's time for you to tap into resources you've never had. I want you to unmute one more time. I want you to unmute one more time, please. One more time, please.
Yes, sir.
Unmute one more time, please. All right, I want you to say this. I'm giving myself permission.
I'm giving myself permission
To operate in a higher capacity than I've ever operated before. I give myself permission to release 10 to 20% more potential from my brain.
To release 10 to 20% more potential from my brain.
Yes. That was a little weak. We'll work on it. But I want you to know that your mind works on commandments. It's waiting for you to say, no, I'm operating at 10 to 20% more potential. You have to remember that the dormant 97% of your DNA has been activated. That I now have full access to the full potential of my DNA and full access to the full potential of my brain. I'm speaking the right words at the right time to be effective and super successful in every area of my life. I'm being the best me I can be. I'm seeing the angel in the marble, and I'm a carve until I set him free. You are the best that you've ever been. You give yourself permission to be the best that you've ever been. Remember to use your energy. Use the worst situations of your life. That's all a choice. Like Mary Kay, she could have rolled over and said, oh, heck no, my husband died. Girl, I can't do this. Nelson Mandela could have slit his throat in prison. Michael Jordan could have said, my daddy got murdered. I can't play basketball no more. I can't even dribble the ball. J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter, she was being beaten by her husband. She was on AFDC. Her mama was dying of cancer and died in her face, and J.K. Rowling became the first billionaire female author. I'm telling you, you're going to make it. I'm here to tell you that you got greatness in you. I'm here to tell you no matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, you're going to make it. And you just tell yourself, regardless of the circumstances, I can, I will, and that settles it. Unapologetically, unambiguously, and unequivocally, you've got greatness in you. And if you can see the invisible, I used to tell my mom when she was dying, I'd be like, Mama, I don't know what I'm going to do without you, baby. I just don't know what I'm going to do without you. If you can see the invisible, you can do the impossible. And I want you to remember that you've got greatness in you. Remember that you are invincible, unstoppable, too powerful to be defeated, too powerful to be overcome. You are incapable of being conquered, defeated, or subdued. You are more than a conqueror. You are a champion. Speak to your world. Create your world. Reach into the lion's mouth. Shatter through your glass ceiling. Reach in the lion's mouth and take what belongs to you. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, shoot for the galaxies and you will dance among the stars. My name is Michael Diamond, international motivational speaker, master sales trainer, and expert in personal development. And I'll see you in the winner's circle.
In the winner's circle. Oh my gosh. I'm like, man, I just want to jump out the window right now and speak to the world. I'm so excited right now, guys. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Everyone unmute yourself and give some love to Mr. Michael Diamond for lighting fires underneath.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. That was amazing.
Thank you so much.
Diamond drops.
Much necessary.
Wow.
That was amazing, Diamond. Man, I don't know how you do it, man. You keep bringing fire after fire after fire. Guys, stay glued to this Thursday, guys. Stay close to the campfire so you can catch fire. I love it. I love it, Diamond. So listen, this is what we're going to do. We have a few more moments available with Diamond. If you guys got any questions, any comments, anything you would like to say, I'm going to bring you up on stage and just go ahead and ask away. Go ahead and put 777 in the chat if you guys have something to say. All right, I see one right here, Mr. Malik Amir. Go ahead.
Hey, thank you for this, Diamond. This was so powerful because, like me personally, I've been going through a lot of adversity in my life, specifically with losing a lot of loved ones, right? You know, I lost my mom last year, lost my little brother just like 2 months ago, right? And I've been using that to kind of like, I've been using that to fuel my fire, you know? And you know, it was great how you kind of told the story of Michael Jordan, because I didn't really realize that he had a three-peat after his father had died. That's powerful, right? And when you said that, it just made me remember when my mother passed away, I made $35,000 that month, you know? So that was like a huge month for me, and it didn't slow me down. And I ended up going on to make like $500,000 that year. So, you know, it's powerful what you can do when you turn a painful moment into a passionate way to give you that positive energy. So I just really appreciate that and all of the diamond drops that you gave to us tonight, Diamond.
Thank you, Malik. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Malik. I really have watched your growth, and I'm really proud of you. And I too had a very similar situation. I had to keep moving forward. My mom died. I had relatives die, and it became overwhelming. And I had to make the choice, as you did, that I want to use that energy. And when I started studying those before me, and particularly Jordan and what happened with him, and Mary Kay Rollins and J.K. Rollins and Mary Kay, you know, it's essential that energy, you know, in physics, they say energy doesn't dissipate. It's just transferred from one location to another. That's like physics 101. And so the question is, what are we doing with the energy? Because the energy is going to flow. It doesn't disappear, but how do we use it? So you're spot on, Malik. I'm proud of you. And yes, I just knew today that these diamonds and these gold nuggets would be apropos and appropriate. So I'm glad that they inspired you even more, Malik. And I'm just so proud of what you're getting done. You're a great dad, a great husband, great man. I'm proud of you, sir. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, my word. Absolutely, Diamond.
I'm counting on it.
All right, we got another one. Mr. Vitaly Dubinin. Go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Hey, Michael. Very grateful for everything you said. You really studied the great and can pull all of that greatness in people because whatever they were doing, we are the same human beings, and we can pull our own, you know. It's 3 a.m. in the morning here in Dubai, and an hour ago I thought, okay, I'm going to rest a little bit. I was working for 3 or 4 hours, and then I heard you.
Wow.
No, I'm staying for 1 more hour, and I'm going to get the last piece of my energy today and keep on working, keep on pushing, because I have this goal to reach V5 until my birthday in January, like less than 6 months.
All right.
The time I need to put in while I have all this energy and all this, I'll be traveling here and there. I'll lose some days or focus. So while I have this opportunity to be working and putting like 8 hours or 10 hours, I will do it, and get so much faster to my goal. So you have so much energy inside of you. It's great to hear you. That's why you're international motivational speaker. You probably heard all the Tony Robbins and all of these other speakers, and kind of studied so much, how all of these examples, that's how I listen to all of this, all the great people like Richard Branson and everybody who's doing great.
Yes.
Yes. Story. He was started with nothing and being 70 years old and 4 different fathers, and his mom was beating him, and he would say, well, what is this chubby little kid who is so broke, and he didn't even have a gas to put in his car, and he got almost evicted with like no money to pay for electricity. And he went from there to making $1 million the next 12 months. And right now he runs 110 companies with $8 billion in revenue. So that's like from being broke with 4 different.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. First, my hat is off to you. 3 a.m. in Dubai. Thank you so much for your participation with AI Global and Michael Diamond. And as an international motivational speaker, master sales trainer, expert in personal development, I see excellence all over you, my friend. And I just want you to know I'm proud of you. I'm proud of your effort. I'm proud of the excellence that you're exuding. I'm proud of your character and what you're accomplishing. And I'm standing in agreement with you. Matthew 18:19 says, where 2 or more gather together and touch and agree, that he be in the midst of us, that is done on earth as it's done in heaven. So I touch and agree that your success is coming to pass, and I'm proud of you. I love the example you used with Richard Branson. Richard Branson is one of my heroes. His work ethic is impeccable. And yes, I did. I have partnered and I have been mentored and been under the stewardship of great guys like Anthony Robbins. The guy's phenomenal. Richard Branson, and so many other amazing, successful people. And I study their lives, the Michael Jordans, the Oprah Winfrey's, the Mary Kays, the J.K. Rowlings. I like to bring out names and study people's lives and then share this material, because I believe that life is duplicatable. Success leaves cookies. Success leaves clues. And whatever one man or woman can do, another can do. Everything, when you think about the great accomplishments, even that beautiful building, the tallest building in the world in Dubai. And I want to hang out there, man. So I got to come visit you. So, it all starts with a single thought in someone's mind. Think it, believe it, say it, and achieve it. I'm proud of you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Michael. Thank you.
All right. I want you to email me. Go to my website, www.michaeldiamond.us. Go to the contact page and I'll send you some powerful motivation. That's for everybody.
Perfect. Thank you, Michael.
All right, go ahead and unmute yourself.
You're welcome.
Marta, you can unmute yourself?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
First of all, thank you to you, Mansa, because I know you put this all together for us. So thank you so much for that. And I wanted to say thank you so much to Mr. Michael Diamond. Like, he hit the spots. Wow. Like, first of all, when it started, listening to one of my favorite, like, I love watching Michael's documentary. We've watched it a few times with my kids. It's just I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be amazing. Just with him starting with that, and I gotta say that has been my biggest push, actually. Knowing my brother here, Steve, he knows that my husband actually has a condition that's really hard to live with, and being his wife, like that pain that we have has made us such a stronger couple. It's made him work so much harder in his businesses, and it's made me want to, like, every time he's had, so it's RA, so there's flare-ups where he gets, especially depending on the weather, but every time he has a flare-up and we're working through that pain, that's when I have more success, because it seems like his pain that he's living, because it affects the entire family, the children and everyone, right? Because we see him in a really bad situation, that just makes us work even harder. So you hit all the spots, so thank you so much. And knows I'm in the right spot at the right time, and knowing that kind of pain is that makes us want to just do even better, because it's our fire. And instead of like being depressed and being upset, just knowing that God has put that out there, that pain, for a reason, and the reason is to make us be even better people, and put that fire in a better, rather than being depressed or upset or whatever it is, that fire to make us even a better human being. And I'm a I am proven of that, because we've lived with this condition for 10 years now, and it's made us a lot stronger in every way. I'm not saying just business and money, but even as a couple, as a family. I gotta say, I don't know whether it was whatever the reason it happened for, I bless it, because we're stronger because of it. So thank you so much. It really hit home this time. So thank you.
Wow, you're so welcome. I really appreciate that from a deep area. I do appreciate that. I spend so much time with God, and he gives me the titles, and he lets me know, because I'm praying for you guys every single day, unapologetically. And Paul, a great man, that one of the greatest apostles of the New Testament, he had an affliction, and he kept asking God to remove it, and he said, no, my grace is sufficient. And, being a military man, I got shot in the military, and I went through a lot of pain. They thought I was going to be paralyzed. I lost my career. Things changed. And, I went through a lot of adversity. I was dealing with a lot of depression, and I had to get a lot of counseling, and they thought I would never walk again. And one of the things I learned is called killing your ants. Killing your ants. And what's that, Michael Diamond? Killing your ants is automatic negative thinking. ANTS, the acronym is automatic negative thinking, like, oh crap, here we go, why me, why is this? And I had to learn how to kill my automatic negative thinking. When something negative would come up, no, I don't receive that. This is happening for me to bring a better person of me. No, I won't be depressed, because I'm going to use this energy to be a better husband, a better father, a better person, a better son. So you and your husband are spot on. I'm really proud of you guys. Use those circumstances to continue to bond and make that knit even closer. And I just want you to know that I'm so grateful that you got a lot out of today, because it was through the pain that Mary Kay experienced that she became so great. It was through the pain that J.K. Rowling experienced that she said allowed her to write the Harry Potter series. It was through the pain that Michael Jordan experienced with his dad being murdered for him to go back and do a three-peat to win 3 more championships. So you just keep channeling that energy and make the choice, like Nelson Mandela. Instead of being a victim, be a victor, and use every situation to be great. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so grateful for you attending Motivational Thursdays, and I look forward to you continuing to attend so that we can continue to be a blessing. And I, too, am very grateful of Master Jamil. He's a great man, and he set all this up. He put this together, and when we talk frequently, almost every day, and he's always bragging on you guys. He's always believing for you. We're praying for you. So you just go get him, and remember that you got greatness in you. I want you to shoot for the galaxies and dance among the stars. I'm so proud of you.
Wow. Thank you, Marta. Awesome. Guys, isn't this so amazing? This is amazing. I really appreciate everyone and all that you do. But I got a clip before we go. I got one good clip before we go, guys. I got to share with you guys this clip. All right? So let's do it real quick. Before we go, you guys got to see this. Diamond's going to be shocked right now. Round 8.
He's got it back together in the late portion here. Raising left hand, chopping right, misses. Uppercut landed by Mike Tyson. That's one of the few uppercuts he's landed in the fight.
Buster Douglas.
Buster Douglas. He took a fall. Mike knocked him down, and he got back up.
Yes. Didn't give up. He got knocked down. Stood up.
That's right. When it really hurts.
Whoa! It's the mouthpiece. No matter how hard it gets, I'm gonna make it.
Absolutely, absolutely. No matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm gonna make it. Buster Douglas, his mama Lulu was scared that boy was gonna kill him, and he beat Mike Tyson down. Yes, he did.
And that's us right here, guys. We're gonna make it. We're all hitting VIP 5s. VIP, we're gonna shoot for the galaxies, dance on the stars. You guys are teamed up with the right at the right place with the right team, guys. So let's keep going. Keep inviting your team members to Motivational Thursdays, and we're gonna keep doing our job, showing up to grow up. Peace and abundance. We love all of you guys, and thank you so much for everything that you guys do. Peace and abundance. Let's go. AI Global Legends.
AI Global.
AI Global, baby. I'll see you in the winner circle.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Well, everybody, thank you for showing up. Grow up. Blessings. AI Global Legends.
You got it.